Hey guys, I'm just having so much fun, but also I'm just loving being with the primary kids and feeling the spirit. So let me share with you what I did this week. We learned the first verse of Help Me Dear Father with sign language. So it's very similar to the second verse that I taught last week, the Help Me Dear Father, and now it's to freely. I couldn't find the sign for freely, but I found the sign for easy. So it's like easy, just brush it off. To freely. And guess what the sign is for forgive? You brush on the top. So you do twice behind for freely and then forgive, like brushing off your grudge, brushing off the things that might have made you angry. So we're going to forgive, to freely forgive all. So we're going to do all. Imagine you want to get all the icing out of the bowl. So you do all, scoop it all up. All who have been now unkind. So you're going to put your hands kind of like a claw, and one's going to be above the other, and they're going to brush each other and grab. So unkind or mean. All who have been unkind to me. And that's all. That's all the new signs. Everything else goes with what I taught last week because it's just the chorus again. So I'll go through them really quick all the way through. Help me, dear Father, to freely forgive all who have been unkind to me. Help me each day, Father, I pray. Help me live nearer, nearer to thee. And then the second verse. Help me, dear Father, to truly repent, making things right and changing my ways. Help me each day, Father, I pray. Help me live nearer, nearer to thee. Okay, and then we did our activity, which I talked about how a lot of people in this world are not showing reverence for things that God said are important. And all of these things are things that God said are important. And I just used the printout right from the Come Follow Me manual at the end of this lesson that has all of these. Each one of these is something I told them that God said is important. When something's important, we show love and respect for it. And so I had them just throw these 2 dice, and whatever numbers came up, that's the one that we picked on here. And each one of these numbers has a song on the back and what we're going to do to practice being reverent. So this one was the sacrament. And so we were going to do the song, Reverence is Love, and you can see we were going to do our arms. So I had my reverent poster, and whenever I put my reverent poster down, then we would just be not reverent, so they can move their arms all around. But then when I hold my reverent poster up, everybody fold arms. And then I put it down. So throughout the song, while the song's playing, whenever I felt like it was a reverent line or word or something, I held this up. And they were so good to fold their arms and then wait, and then wiggle their arms around. So each one of these had something different. I'll go through each one, but you can look at the free print off that I put the link down below. You can just look at that to see what songs I did and what things I had, but I'll go through these really quick. The next one was scriptures. And we did search, ponder, and pray. And again, it was arms, testimony. And this one we did, I know my Father lives. And we did feet. So for feet, they would run in place while we sang. And then when I held up my reverent poster, they would stop, hold their feet still. I put it down, run, and then hold it up, hold your feet still. The fifth one was the meeting house, our church. I talked about how special our church is. And so we sang the chapel doors. And for this one, we used our voices. And so I had them sing really loud, except when I held up the reverent poster. The chapel doors seem to say to me, shh, be still. You know, number 6 is family. And we did love is spoken here. For this one, we did our eyes. So you're just blinking. I see my mother kneeling. But then when I held up the reverend poster, then stop blinking and focus and look where you should look. Number 7 is primary. I talked about how special primary is, and we should be reverent and show love and respect. So we sang reverently, quietly. For this one, we did our head. So it was like reverently. Oh, actually, I had them reverently, quietly. So again, just moving their head all around, but when I held up the poster, it was time to look at me and focus. Number 8 was prophets, and we did stand for the right. And this one we just did sign language because I taught this to them about a month ago and I wanted to review the sign language for that. Number 9 is the earth, and we did thanks to our Father. The kids really like this one. So this one they just wiggle their knees back and forth, and then when I held up the sign, then they just stand nice and straight and reverent. That was really fun. Number 10 was temples, saying, I love to see the temple. And again, for this one, it was just running in place or standing and being reverent. Number 11 was our bodies. My body is a temple. And again, we did our knees. Since we came up with knees twice, I had them add their elbows the second time. And that was fun. Number 12 was the Lord's name. We did the first article of faith, and again, we used our voices to show reverence for the names. So for that one, we did like, we believe in God, and we use those names reverently. The Eternal Father. Okay, we didn't get through all of these. So we got through like 5 for junior primary, and we got through maybe 7 for senior primary, but that was okay. The kids had a great time, and they learned about reverence and being reverent with lots of different things. So hope that gives you some ideas.